Hi, Brian Bennett again with Fast Mobile Mower Repair. Today we're going to show you how we service push mowers. When we pull in your driveway, the first thing we're going to do is put a tarp down. We want to protect your property, make sure that we don't get any oil or a lot of debris on your concrete. Once we have that done, we're going to go ahead and start the machine up, make sure that runnability is okay, that we don't have any problems with a start issue or carburation issue or anything like that. Once we know that we don't have any runnability problems, we'll start on the actual service of the machine. The steps that we take with this, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull the oil out of it. We use a vac system to pull the oil out of the engine. First off, push mowers especially are extremely hard to get the oil plug out of them. You have to pick the entire mower out. The drains on the bottom of the mower, a lot of times they're tough to get out. It's just not very efficient. This way we can pull the oil out of your engine, get it totally evac'd, and it takes very little time and it's non-invasive. The next thing we're going to do is remove your blade. I've already set up our blade checker here, and what we're going to do is we're going to attach your blade to this. We're going to check it that it's not bent. And we're fine on that. Then we'll take it over and put it in our vise. We have our grinders right here to sharpen the blade up. Once we've sharpened it, we'll bring it back to the balancer, attach it and set it up for balance. It's very important to have a good balanced blade, and of course one that isn't bent, on your machine. An unbalanced blade can make a lot of vibration and be very hard on your engine, on the drivetrain. And just before we put your blade back on, we're going to go underneath the deck and clean out any debris that's built up over the year from cutting the grass. We don't spit polish it, it doesn't have to be that clean, but you want to have the heavy chunks of grass taken out from underneath the deck just to make sure that the airflow maintains the way the manufacturer intended it to be. The next thing we'll do is change your spark plug. Very quick, easy procedure. Spin the old plug out, inspect it, we'll re-gap it, put a new plug in, you're good to go. Now we'll remove your air filter and inspect that to see if it needs replaced or if we can clean it. This is a very clean, very good looking air filter, obviously been replaced very recently. So that one is fine. What we'll do is we'll clean this up a little bit, blow a little air through it, blow the debris out of it, and put it back in. In addition to sharpening the blade, balancing it, taking care of the oil change, the spark plug, and the air filter, we're also going to look at the cables on the machine to make sure they're working properly, lube those up a little bit. We'll look at on this case, this is a self-propelled mower. We'll check the belt and make sure that the transportation system is good on it. And we'll also want to clean out underneath the blower cover here. We don't actually remove it, but we're going to blow out from underneath it to blow any debris away from the air cooling fins of the engine. We'll inspect to make sure this one has a primer bulb on it for starting. We'll inspect that to make sure that that's still working good. And we'll be pretty much ready to start it up and test run it. Most of the carburetors on the push mowers now have no type of adjustment on them. They either run or they don't run, and we've already started it to check for runnability before we started the service, so we know that it runs all right. We're also very concerned with the safety issues on your mower. We'll want to check that the blade stop is actually working, that the fuel line is not dry rotted or cracked away, and we'll also look at the bearings on your wheel assemblies to make sure they're rolling okay, grease any points that need to be lubricated. Okay, well, we've pretty much looked at all the issues on your equipment, and you should be all set for the season. Now that we've completed the service on your mower, we'll want to start it up, let it run a little bit, and make sure that everything's okay with it. This has the primer bulb, which I'm sure a lot of your mowers do have. A couple of pumps on the primer bulb. Pull the bail back. not going to let it run a long time and chew up a lot of film. But if you notice, the engine was surging a little bit, and that's caused from the carburetor issue. These carburetors have no settings on them. There's no way to adjust them. The only way that you can get rid of that hesitation or that surging is actually inside the carburetor, which is an additional repair. The carburetor would have to come off and be cleaned. Most people just live with it, and as it warms up, that actually usually will clean out some on its own. By far the biggest repair I do all season long is carburetor issues. The fuel they send us these days just does not maintain very well for very long. You want to use a plastic gas can so you're not getting rust in your gas, and you want to keep fuel stabilizer in your gas can year round. It's not necessary if you're using it on a regular basis, but let's face it, people forget, and it's easier just to get in the habit of putting it in before you go to the gas station to fill up your can. It comes in pre-measured containers. It's very easy. Put it in there, go to the gas station, fill up your gas can, and then your fuel will remain good. You won't have the issues. You'll save yourself a lot of aggravation over the years. Average time on a push mower like this to do a normal service usually runs 30 to 45 minutes. We do run specials occasionally in the spring. Watch for those in your neighborhood. We'll do specific neighborhoods now and then. Remember the advantages of calling Fast Mobile Mower Repair to take care of your equipment. You're not going to have to haul your mower to the shop. It's not going to sit outside for 2 or 3 or 4 weeks till I get around to it. When I pull in your driveway, you have my undivided attention. I'm going to work on your piece of equipment till it's finished. When I leave, you can go back to work again. Or if it's not running when I leave, we'll have a game plan and a definite time of when it will be running. We also work on chainsaws, trimmers, air compressors, pretty much anything that has a fractional horsepower engine on it. So remember Fast Mobile Mower Repair for any of your small engine needs. Thank you for calling Fast Mobile Mower.